Hello guys, how you all are doing? My name is Shovik and today I'm going to talk about the movie Brahmastra. I know that I am a bit late, but I need to just convey my thoughts about this movie. I just couldn't help it. So, how did I like this movie? Was it any good? Is it worth your time? I know that those who want to watch this movie have already watched it, but still, I need a conversation. I need to say a few things about this movie. So basically, I'm not willing to talk about the plot out here because you all guys know the plot. The things that you have seen in the trailer, that is basically the plot. There is a group called Brahmansh, and they are the protector of the Astras, and Moni Roy is after the greatest Astras of all, that is the Brahmastra, and Ranbir Kapoor and co are trying to stop her. So that is the basic premise of this movie. So, in a nutshell, if I have to tell how is this movie, I will say it is decent. It is decent. It is not great. It is not outstanding. And also it is not horrible. It is not, no, it's not that it will be just a waste of your money. I will not say that it is horrible. I say it is decent, just plain decent. And why is that? See, first of all, I need to applaud Ayan Mukherjee for his vision, because this concept has got immense potential, immense potential, and sadly this first part hasn't been able to tap even 5% into that potential. It is just a beginner's guide to this universe, and it is on a very surface level. They haven't at all delved into the concept of all the astras, which is why I really want the other parts to come, the part 2 and part 3, because then only we can understand the vision of Ayan Mukherjee in its entirety. So see, the biggest drawback of this movie is hands down its romantic angle. I mean, Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor's each and every scene, they were just painstakingly bad. And on top of that, the cringy romantic dialogues, it really just kills the mood of the movie. And to the movie's credit, the movie started off with a huge bang. I mean, the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, those were just exhilarating. One of the best opening scenes I have seen from an Indian movie in a very long time. And those initial few scenes really just you know skyrocketed our expectations. But as soon as those initial moments go by and the romantic track of Ranbir and Alia is introduced, it really just spoils everything. And then again, when we jump to the concept of the Astras, to Moini Roy's character who is trying to get hold of those Astras, it becomes interesting. Nagarjuna's character comes into play. So those are really very riveting scenes. But then again, we are introduced to the concept, to that same old cliched love story. But the first half ends on a good note. The first half ends on a really good note. The interval block is, I think, quite good, and it set up the second half quite well. But I think the second half could have been tighter. Alia was there in the second half for no reason. She just didn't have any sort of role to play in the second half. Just shouting Shiva, Shiva, Shiva on the top of her lungs for I don't know how many times. It was just annoying seeing her on screen. And Amitabh Bachchan, he's a very important character, and he does his job. As an actor, he does what is asked of him. But the dialogues, here again, the dialogues are the worst thing about this movie. No, Amitabh Bachchan's main job in this movie is just exposition, exposition after exposition after exposition. Every line he utters from his mouth is just an exposition. And no, if exposition is delivered in a creative way, it can be entertaining. But out here, no, the makers are just trying to spoon feed you. Man, we have watched DC stuff, we have watched Marvel stuff. No, you cannot please us if you just try to spoon feed every concept like that. You have to give your audience some credit. You have to give your audience some credit. They don't do that. So that is the most disheartening thing for me in this movie. They try to just just simplify each and every concept. No, it's very dumbed down. It is very dumbed down, I have to say. So, but then again, when the action starts, it gets a bit more interesting. The ending, I will say, it's a bittersweet ending. I was expecting a bit more from the ending. I was expecting some sort of big revelations, and yeah, it didn't just match up to those expectations. Let's say that. But all in all, I will again say that Brahmastra is not a bad movie. It is not a bad movie. In fact, I will even say that it is far better than Lal Singh Chadda. Lal Singh Chadda, I was really by the end of it, my brain was not taking it too well. I was so bored while watching Lal Singh Chadda. Here, I won't say that I was bored. Yeah, the love track annoyed me, but I was not bored. The astras and the fight scenes and the fight choreography in this movie is good, especially in the first scene. Again, I will not be saying much about the initial scene because then it will act as a spoiler. But I will say that go and watch it in the biggest screen possible, because it is a very sleek action choreography that you will witness, and there are some surprises in store for you also. So in the end, they hint us about the second part. I don't know whether there will be a second part or not, but I really wish the second part to come, because as I said in my video, that I really want to delve into this universe, into this Astraverse, as Anand Mukherjee has put it. I really want his entire vision to be fulfilled. It was not a perfect movie in any sense, but I think if we talk about superhero movies in India, other than Bhavesh Joshi and Minnal Murali, I think this is a pretty decent attempt by the makers. And if we don't support this movie now, the makers, then nobody will dare, from the Hindi movie, nobody will dare to again experiment and make something like this. But we want more projects like this, and better projects than this, honestly. But I think all in all, I will say that it's pretty decent watch. The VFX are absolutely top notch. I have to say that those are really polished, and also the action choreography is very slick in this movie. So I think, and children will like this movie. Children will like this movie very much, and I also enjoyed it. I will not say that I was completely disheartened by the movie. Yes, I was let down. To be honest, I was let down. But all in all, it did surprise me with a few things. So I will give it 3 stars out of 5. Go and watch it and share your thoughts with me. Thank you.